On to the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago North American Qualifier, as one of these two teams will be participating in the main event coming up in just a few weeks' time. But currently, Envy, they're one step closer to the new identity. So we're now going to be kicking things off in Inferno. Jace Kappen joined here by the lovely, the phenomenal, the always gracious Tom Biz. Definitely one of the most humble people I know as well.
Okay. Guess you don't know many humble people then.
Well, I know one, and he's the most humble.
Is it Rush?
No, it's Trump.
What?
You've never seen that video then, I guess.
Oh, here we go. Quick wrap around to try and go back towards the B site. If only Som was actually where the other three was, he would be perfectly placed to block this. Or it's actually Wrath this time. It's the other way around. My bad. He's going to be in position to try and stop them, but it isn't going to happen. Already 2 kills, and the rest of the team looking to wrap back around. But it is surely too little too late. They have a kit, they have a small amount of utility they just expended. Nice shot from Seb will at least give them an opportunity back into this round. But still with 4 players left on the site and no utility to get them back in, this is going to be ridiculously tough. Sonic should have at least spotted a couple. They get another kill back in. This is starting to look possible, but Android drops one. Fugly still fighting to try and put down another, but it's all Android closing this down and leaves Seb dead.
I'm not sure how I feel about all 3 players coming in from construction. No one came from CT. They're basically funneled into a tight area against 3 other players from different angles.
See, Jason, the odds have gone up because then the other odds have gone down, and thus Betway don't think that they're going to win anymore. So
it's Betway who's deciding. I thought it was like the people who were like betting who were kind of deciding. Like how many people are betting for one team.
That was like CSGO lounge level of like, you can force it one way or the other. No, Betway will decide their odds.
Okay.
Because, well, they don't want to just, if someone sways their odds one way and then have to pay out a load of money if they switch their bet.
So you don't want to Phantom Lord it?
No.
I like how like all the other people involved in that scheme like didn't get in trouble and they're still streaming as if nothing happened.
I'm pretty sure he still streams occasionally on YouTube to no one. And good.
See, I'm mad at him for a different reason. But I don't think I'm have time to talk about it because you know what? Relics opens things up on a Sonic with a nice little headshot. I'm mad at him because he was being swatted when I was shaving my head on stream and he took away all my viewers.
Oh.
I had 29,000. He had over 100,000. If he didn't get swatted, I would have kept going. What a scumbag.
Okay. I don't...
And I did an interview with him a long time ago for my YouTube channel. That's how I actually got here today. Not from him particularly, but...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he also scammed a load of kids, so screw him. Either way, we are going to have the smoke going down. Looking to try and hold back some of these T-side players. There is a full investment here for New Identity, and they've already got off to a flying start. Got their stack over onto the right side of the map. The push going to be coming through. Wrath straight through the smoke. Manages to close one, and John's you already with another. This is looking problematic now for the T-side.
Oh.
They will have spotted Dazzle, though. Actually going to just opt to Molotov him off. They'll be able to make their way at least towards the A side, but this is so smart from Seb. Just puts the smoke down, wastes even more time, and I don't even know really what Envy can do in this scenario now. They are sectioned in from all angles. Fugly at least, oh, it looked like he was going to check the right one. Doesn't seem to be the case, and both kills will go the way of Dazzle. Fantastic bounce back from New Identity. And one of the rounds that we've never really seen from them in the previous map, there was no like hero rounds coming out from them, but they've stolen one early.
Well, this is a much-needed round, I think, for New Identity, just to have some sort of faith into this match. With the way Envy just walked all over them in the pistol round, with the way they kind of walked all over them on Mirage, we need to see some signs of life within the team, and that might have been exactly what they needed. So let's see if they can continue some pace here, some momentum. Envy looking to set up, it looks like, for most likely an A push. They don't have any smokes, but they do have flashbangs, and Relic's going to be completely blinded off. Being forced to head back towards Arch, but Envy not really committing off of this just yet.
Yeah, they've threw some nades to gain ground, but the counter utility expended by this CT side is actually enough to just basically make them give that ground back up.
Where's that smoke? Look at Wrath, north of him, on the minimap. Is that a misplaced smoke?
Or the one that looks out of the map?
Yeah.
I'm guessing so, if it's out of the map.
Okay. Well, yeah. You live, you learn.
Looking like they're going to try and double back here towards the B side. The fact is taking
They
B
just used
with-
their last flashbang, though, towards A.
Well, I think that's their small attempt at a fake. I think the bigger problem they have is they don't have a smoke for CT. Luckily, there's no one there, but it does mean they're just going to be pushing in dry into Wrath's crosshair, already spotting things out. Flashbang goes in. Don't actually gain anything off it, but there goes one. It's just going to be left on to
Oh,
John G,
no.
actually stuck in the corner. There's a good opportunity here. If they isolate him, they can now get the bomb down. They have to plant fairly safe just because they don't have any smokes. Well placed is Som. Needs to get one, and that's exactly what he does. And Nifty's found another in the meantime. New identity, they bounce back themselves, but now they need Dazzle to save them, and he can't do it. Straight away, Envy respond, and I'll be honest, when you get to, say, 30 seconds in that round, I am like 90% sure that they don't win it. So the fact that they get away with that is kind of awful. And I think that mainly rotations were a bit slow, but ultimately just unable to connect any of the shots when they had the opportunity. So Envy steal around back. Now it's going to be pistols and some utility in.
Well, Som hit those 3 shots he took with the Deeg. Like, he hit the first person, killed him with 2 shots, then hit the last one to Dazzle. So brought him down to half HP, more realistic for Envy to close the round out. But yeah, I'd have to agree. That ideally should not have gone their way, but now that's going to be New Identity having to pay the price and pay the troll toll.
Already, Dazzle will be able to get one with the Deeg. They've still been doing work with pistols, at least thus far, but Dazzle needs to hit some shots, and he does. Also weakens one of the other players. Fugly waiting patiently, but the bomb's going to be dropped. It's left onto Wrath, and although they do a lot of damage, they bring the round close once again. They're going to have to be the ones to take the hit, and that's the most painful thing in this sort of situation, to come close and then just have to wait for the save anyway. We'll see Dazzle at least invest a little bit of money into another Deagle, but this is the chance now for Envy to really build into things. And the worst thing of all is the fact that I basically talk about how if you lose the pistol but win the second round, it could be more beneficial to you because you set your opponent back onto $1,400. What's even worse than that is if you lose the pistol, win the second, and then lose the next one back, you're in an even worse place economically. So
yeah, but Seb's got a Zeus.
God,
No
yeah,
Zeus.
that'll be the difference.
No Zeus on the side of New Identity.
Yeah, it's only a singular Zeus. And it may not even get noticed. Som,
he's pushing.
This
He's pushing.
is aggressive. Okay.
He's pushing behind. Oh, that was anticlimactic.
You sound surprised. Like most
We
of
had
the
a
time
great
they
one.
are.
We had a great one last week.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, and how many XM kills have we had since last week? One.
I've seen at least one today. So
Yeah, and that one extends all the way back to before the Pro League finals when we were doing the B stream. We didn't have any.
I
Just blocked out of your
disagree.
memory.
No, I
You disagree? All right, go back and find that and prove me wrong, and you can have one of my knives.
Someone can do it for me, and they can have the knife.
You don't want to know what my knives are named. They're like, I lost 2 knife battles to someone, and they got to name my knives for me.
Someone can go find from the last few casts me and Jason did more than one XM kill.
No, from this last week.
Okay.
Oof, Wrath. Hello. I mean, they've lost control of B, but that was a nice couple of kills coming out of him. That's the second of the round. An after point situation. 2 Mac 10s, 1 for Som, 1 for Sonic.
Give Seb the rifle.
Keep it on Wrath, man.
No, not from Wrath. From Relics. Yeah, there you go. Just because he has Kevlar. He's actually going to pick up an SG anyway. They're not in a bad position here. The only problem is the kit. Som, the flashbang is just perfect. He's only going to get one, though. So all in all, not the worst trade in the world, but he bought a lot of time.
Oh, that Molotov coming in, though.
Yeah.
Seen all 3 players there and the Molotov being thrown. That's an instant nope. I knew Identity are going to run away from this. AK and M4 in hand, but I'm down another round, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's again one of those situations where they are making things costly for Envy, but not to the extent that it really matters. And
Not
the way
like Mirage.
No, but also that it's more so the way that Envy have made their money is just by the backwards and forwards nature of things. They're on the T side as well, so if they just steal away a lot of weaponry and then still manage to win the round with SMGs, they're going to be making cash. So finally we get what I would consider to be the full buy over on that CT side. AWP, lots of utility. They need to start building from here. Too many more rounds over on that T side, and you have to fear that Envy are going to close this out. Even versus Complexity, like Complexity were able to drag things back quite far, but they still managed to get the victory. Nice nade.
Yeah, 3-man stack actually had a new identity towards Banana. They really want that full control, and as you mentioned, Nifty was able to get some decent damage with that nade onto Wrath and Relics, and even a little bit onto Jonji.
But I was more looking at the one that hit Sonic.
Oh, okay, that as well.
He got hit for 55.
Why, you sounded American. Please don't do that again.
I would never trade my British accent. Oh,
I never heard someone be attracted to an American accent before, so you're definitely lucky.
I don't know. I'm sure there's people out there.
Yeah, but those aren't the type of
like
people that anyone want to know.
I'm sure there's someone out there who likes the Liverpool accent and they have a real problem.
Yeah, because they're Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Look at this, though. So Nifty initially pushed Banana and caused a lot of utility to be thrown towards him. Now he's actually been able to sneak behind.
Never happen. Ever. Ugh, ever happen. The fact that he's managing to get round, get 2 kills, and you can just see the CT side have gone, well, this round's over then.
How did he even sneak through Arch when you had 3 players today?
I'm just going to assume that he managed to thread the needle. Just the perfect timing.
Okay, so he did get a little bit lucky because Relics was watching Archway, and Relics pushed towards Library after he flashed.
Yeah,
so he like snuck right through.
It happens every once in a while, but it's just super unfortunate. And you can see that the CT side have tried to save their weaponry. They actually, I love that. Shoots him through the wall, and well, Relics is going to be losing that AWP. This time they finally go hunting for all of those extra weapons, and yeah, this started off with like potential, but now it's slipping back into that sort of same problems that we saw before. And I want to give props over to Nifty. I think he has been just utterly fantastic at not only finding opening kills, but his lurk plays have been ridiculous. And then in this game as well, you've seen great performances out from Android and Som. And we've said it all the way throughout the day that Android started a little bit slow, but has been building all the way through. And the fact is, they were winning games even when he wasn't particularly performing. And now that he is, it's looking a little bit too easy. Yeah, I mean, we look at this match, and we look at the Complexity match, and I feel like Envy were definitely trying hard in the Complexity game. But here, just the way they're playing, there's like a sense of like fun in it, you know? You know what I mean? Like they're having fun with the match. It's not like they're like super thinking everything out. They're just kind of doing whatever works. And this is what we want to see. Oh, no, that's not what we want to see. Perfect flashbang out from Som, and Jonji. Nothing he could do. Left completely blind, and well, his teammate of Wrath has 17 HP. They're going to have to rotate a player over. Actually going to smoke off close. Looks like Nifty wanted to try and maybe wrap through towards CT. He said he's been a real annoyance for them in the position he's been able to get into in a lot of these rounds. Another smoke going to be going down. New Identity investing a lot into utility into their 4 spy rounds, but there's a minute left on the clock. It's not really going to cause too many problems for MD in these sort of scenarios.
They've overstacked B too. Seb's rotated back over.
It's still possible. They could go back.
I mean, it is. They're still just going to be with pistols, though.
They've thrown a lot of smokes out towards A, though. Unless this is an elaborate fake, I think Dazzle... Well, he's going to have to do something very impressive, Jason.
You might even say the old razzle-dazzle.
So I've been thinking of using that throughout the day, and I decided against it.
It's more of a fizzle-dizzle.
Fizzle-bizzle. There you go.
What?
Because I'm...
Oh, yeah. You're Tom Biz.
There you go. I'm surprised that was one that you didn't get.
I don't think of your A-list when I think of you. I think of Tom.
Oh. I suppose that's fair enough. That is my name.
As people don't think you're the son of a game developer or the Call of Duty player.
But they always do like look at Lethal Bizzle and they're like, oh, I wonder if they're related.
Who's Lethal Bizzle?
It's a rapper.
Really?
And there couldn't be someone I am more opposite to probably in existence.
It's a terrible name.
What do you mean? It's an awesome name.
It's almost as bad as like Post Malone. So, I'm going to tilt someone in chat with that one. 7-1 for Envy. Keeping 4 players alive this time, and the economy is booming. 10K for Fugly, 10K for Android, 10K for Som.
He does sound like a lonely postman. Post Malone.
How could you have made what I said even worse? Hey.
That's what he says every time he puts a letter through their letterbox. Post Malone.
God, please.
Double op set up.
At least I know we're both going down and never being rehired.
Hey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. This is what you expect at 2 o'clock in the morning.
We're gamers. We don't go to bed till like 3, 4 a.m. anyways.
Even though they probably do know that. Here we go. Double op in. John G going to be picking up the secondary. A lot of the time you see this thrown in when ideas start to run thin, but I'm hoping that this will be something that works out. We expect New Identity to be a little bit more of a Puggy style team, so maybe the double AWP will work out. Flashbang is going to be coming through as they look to wrap round onto short. Dazzle is ready and waiting. The nade is perfect out from Seb. He does so much damage, but the kills, well, they actually end up even just because of the TK, but it won't matter. Som with a swift double.
Triple.
Not including that one. John G and Wrath. Little utility left. This battle could be the be-all and end-all, and he does manage to get one, but Sonic has found a trade in the meantime. Molotov going to go down. He spotted one, but doesn't seem to matter. It'll be a long rotation back around, and
saving again, though.
Yeah. I like how John G's name is so long that we don't get to see how much money he has. It does make everything a little bit more elusive. Oh. Thanks, Rush. You've ruined the illusion.
He's got 5.2k. All right. The utility damage, though, to be fair, let's look at that. Seb actually had 170. And for some reason, that G2 match is like always going to stand out against Cloud9, I believe it was. Just the amount of nades constantly being thrown in. 600.
Yeah.
We saw for one player over the course of their match on Inferno.
And there was other players with like 300 to 400 as well. Like it wasn't just Automatic getting an insane amount of utility damage. That said, though, if you don't see a couple of hundred on the CT side, at least the players on Banana, I think something's going wrong. Nifty. Will be burned down. We're not actually seeing Sonic pick up the AWP. I suppose it hasn't really been necessary for them just yet. Relics. No. Up close, but won't get anything done. And they are challenging heavily onto Banana. Smoke already going to be falling into CT, maybe hoping to try and bait some sort of rotation. You could see the CT players over on A starting to get a little bit skeptical about whether the push will be coming in. Nade is going to dunk straight down onto Relics. Not something you'd expect to happen at 1 minute, 8 seconds on the clock for you to get naded down mid.
I'm just imagining he walked up there and now he's walking away saying Post Malone. So he got naded. It's like, okay. Still 4 players left alive on the CT side, 2 of them towards B. Relic's able to get 1, but Fugly again, quick on the trade. Dazzle. Oh, that's unfortunate. But now a 2v4 and soon a 1v4 here in favor of Envy. John G with the SG left. I still want to say you should probably just save it. Yeah, you're not really going to hurt the economy out of Envy anytime soon.
I think it's one of those situations where even 1 kill, okay, and saving, would have been a good situation just for him because he's had such a poor position in this game so far that I think, like, genuinely a pick-me-up, like, even if it's something as small as that. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like whoever's doing this right now is just like, what's an obscene number I can give for New
But not
Identity?
too obscene, just in case it happens and I get fired.
Yeah.
It's like 1 million. No, wait, we can't go that high.
That one person just puts $1 in.
Yeah. Well, I think if it went up that high, even... Well, actually, no, I'm not allowed to, but I'd be tempted to go and put like $1 on just in case, even though it'd probably just be a waste of $1 by the way that this
Hey,
has
that's
been going.
$1 not spending at an undisclosed fast food chain.
Oh, I thought you were going to say on pan au chocolat.
They're not that good. Chocolate's not that great.
Chocolate's not that...
It's not that great. Gummy stuff is better.
You're just wrong. Android, another opener. Nifty, always in the back lines, but he isn't going to get it done this time. However, it, again, doesn't seem to be too much of a problem for them. Relics seems a little bit stuck with where he should be looking. Has a chance to catch out Sonic here. The problem is they may even be wrapped around from behind. Nice shot from Junji.
This is like the worst place to be in with an op, though, when you're already being covered by Jonji.
And also, they may not even expect there to be another player towards middle. Som wins that duel out, and Dazzle... Well, it's going to be another deja vu situation. He's going to have to save. 13 HP, 3 players alive, and actually switches out the SG for an M4. Interesting. Post Malone. I don't know why that sort of voice reminds me very much of Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Rush. Rush, please. This is not a subscriber-only stream. To be fair, though, that chick has been there since the beginning. He's seen everything. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
No.
The Betway ad.
Ah, of course. I was just wanting.
Do you even cast Counter-Strike, Tom?
Occasionally. It's only my job.
I feel like if you ever took Rush to a zoo, you would just never get him to leave, just because he would just really intensely look at every animal.
He would just be in the petting zoo all day.
There actually is like a mini petting zoo with like is it baby goats?
Does it have chickens?
In Cologne? Yeah, they do have chickens as well.
There you go. That's what Rush will like for his birthday. Sorted.
I feel like Rush would love to just, never mind. Yeah, let's just go with
Just
that.
has like a 7-hour video on his undisclosed phone brand.
Well, in the meantime, we're going to see New Identity try to push up. Dazzler, who saved the M4 before, looking to make something happen. He does have the opportunity. However, Som quickly shuts this down. Wrath will be there to secure one back. But it's still going to be a 3-on-3 and no weapons in the side of New Identity. I'm not really going to count the SMG that Seb currently does have.
What's wrong with the MP9?
I mean,
he'll get a kill, I believe. I believe in Seb. See the patience out from Envy, though. I think they're expecting more aggression. Relics smoked off. Just keep waiting around the edge of it, but although we see a lot of aggression out from this team, that you have to talk about the patience. What?
I don't know, I can't repeat that on stream.
Okay.
It's a good comment.
Okay.
By J. Drew Jarvis. Just going to say.
Okay. Well, Wrath looks like he's about to have a bit of support as Relic starts his rotation. Seb on the flank as well, but the Molotov's going in. He's going to be up above them. Android does manage to trade one back, but Relics does some damage. Now Seb is coming. Yeah, he's got rid of the MP9, so he may get a kill, but not with the trusty SMG. He will get one with the SG instead. Sonic now left 1 versus 2. Misses the first shot. Has to be careful of the jump up. Instead, he peeks back in. Great shot, but Seb is there to trade things back. They will get themselves a second round based off some force by aggression. The question is, can this now be the start of some sort of resurrection, or will they need another New Identity?
I thought about making one of those jokes, but I thought it was so below me, and that's a sign about how I feel about you making that.
But I am so below you, even just in general height.
That's true. But so are most people. Either way, I mean, maybe this is what they need to get back into it, though I feel like with the constant beating they've been having so far in this series, I don't know if one round will truly be enough. However, Nifty's been knocked down to 46 HP. They've been able to at least control him towards Banana. With the early investment of utility, he's not been as free as he's liked to. And he hasn't had that dominant control towards Banana or even towards Archway this time, as I feel like Relics is really going to deny any sort of back play like that from happening yet again. But still, 10 rounds on the T side of Inferno, that's a lot of rounds.
Yeah, when your best case scenario here is 5, it's not looking too good, but they've got to at least even get to 5. That's the hope that they have in this sort of scenario. John G will be able to kick things off. Nifty's lurking over onto that B site. This time won't be effective. Som has had a fantastic match. 17 kills, 6 deaths, 132 ADR.
Yeah.
Sonic's been a little bit quiet so far, but he will get that opener onto Relics. And this is the thing, they rely so much on him having some sort of arch control that the second he's dead, there is no other position there. It is just set within the site.
Yeah, you don't have Dazzle watching towards Arch. They're pretty much just going to be barreling down towards Short, and Dazzle's going to connect on the first and the second as well.
Oh,
and the
that's
third.
better.
All right, so they saw the pushman coming through. Nifty trying to run away, and it will only running towards his death, as New Identity is going to be able to chain back-to-back rounds here. But again, the economy out of Envy is not hurt. They can still buy up yet again. But New Identity have seemed to really keen up on what Envy were doing. Again, the early banana control. Don't let Nifty get it for free. Punish him with damage, with the grenades, with the Molotovs. And then don't just necessarily freely give up Arch. However, technically New Identity did give up Archway once they did lose Relics. But Dazzle getting the triple there really held that together. And they got lucky no one flanked in from Archway at the same time.
They're starting to catch Envy quite early with all this utility being thrown out. So I'm hoping for the peak. Flashbang used to try and isolate anybody over towards sandbags. But actually, other than the nades throw down early on, New Identity have just fallen into very, very passive positioning. In fact, the only man really peaking whatsoever is Relics with that AWP. They've just been forcing Envy into executions, and that's actually where I'd say they're weaker. It's if you take the fight versus them,
Why did John G smoke that? He smoked over the top. It's between Sonic and Som. You can see there on the minimap on Banana. I'm not sure why you smoked that. I mean, if you're going to, you're going to have to push it, right?
Oh, no.
But there was no flashbang on the push, I don't believe.
Well, Som should have put this to bed, but actually Nifty, a bit uncharacteristic, misses the shots, and that's actually going to turn it back into a 3 versus 3. They still have the B site firmly under their control, and Som continuing his reign of dominance. Surely the CT side have to try and go for something here. It's going to be the peek around from Seb. He does manage to bypass a couple of the players. However, Sonic already finding the man on Banana. Som continuing to destroy this New Identity. Relics. Well, he's going to meet the same fate. 4 kills for him in this round. This man has had some standout matches today, but this is probably the best.
Well, 11-3. I don't even say the comeback is necessarily in the stars here for a New Identity. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but Mirage didn't look better, and Envy just seemed to be playing in general like a stronger team. Sonic taking a lot of damage, down to 12 HP off that one Molotov. And Seb gonna win out with the ump in towards apartments. He's a lot more company though, and Android will quickly clean that up. In the meantime, Sonic was able to get the kill onto Dazzle in middle. I believe that was actually through a smoke, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if there's a little bit of a space on the left-hand side. However, they're going to push through into the A site where they're rocking into the stack. You have Relics rotating back in from CT spawn. John G going to be behind it in Graveyard yet again. And Wrath tucked away in sight. And look at this nice little teamwork coming through out of New Identity. However, Android gets a nice quick double. And it's down to 1-on-1. Android up against Relics.
Already 3 kills, but Relics will be the one to put him down. Able to get them a 4th round on the board, at least something for New Identity to play with going into the T side. And it was definitely shown in the previous match that Envy do have some flaws on their CT side of this map. We saw Complexity at least pulling a slight comeback before finishing it off. Either way, New Identity have to do a lot better in this scenario if they're going to survive within this qualifier. We'll be back after the break to see if Envy are going to close this in 2 and make it to Chicago.
Welcome back, everyone, to potentially our final half here at the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago North American Qualifier. I said potentially. There is the possibility to come back. We do currently have one of these two teams trying to get through to play in the main event. You got Team Liquid, MIBR, Renegades, ENCE, G2 Esports, Team Vitality, and of course one more team through another qualifier as well. But let's see if Envy can close this out and secure their spot. We'll be going to the third map of Train. And really, honestly, all the pressure's on New Identity to really figure out what they can do here against this CT side of Envy. Look how passive they're being. What is going on? Are they really expecting this? Like, they're really expecting someone to peek that window for information.
Well, I think also, like, a lot of times when teams are very confident on Inferno, you see the sort of one player runs all the way down mid and the other peeks into second mid. So maybe just expecting like Envy to be in such a confident state that they would do something of the sort, but instead they're going to slowly gather up map control, take over the apartments, and basically just set themselves up in case there is any level of aggression. But instead, Envy have actually gone for the 4-man stack. Left, Nifty on his own, he has a singular smoke and the kit if necessary. The thing is, though, you are right. They are taking an awful long time to gain bits of map control that, at least in the pistol, you normally try to gather up for free fairly early on. However, I don't think it will make that much of a difference. They have some utility. The only real worry is pushing in this exact direction.
Well, they're going to have to hit their shots too. And Android, he's not going to be able to do just that. And neither is anyone on the side of Envy. However, New Identity just completely mow down defenders. Even all into a 2 versus 5. Som and Nifty. Two very talented players, but I don't think it's going to happen. Especially with Nifty taking a sweet time on the rotate.
At least going to get one kill. The thing is, there's just a horrible position from Relics, so doesn't really stand a chance, and Dazzle will close it. So, yeah, pushing into the stack site, but New Identity winning every single battle will move them further forward. Be interested to see. Oh, it's gone down. It's not on 26 anymore. They're getting there. Comeback is on.
Maybe it was meant to be a 6, not a 26, and just kind of, fat-fingered it.
Well, no, because this is now a better scenario. Like, they have more of a chance after winning the pistol than they did before they won the pistol.
Look at this rush down middle, though. And it's over. New Identity take the round. Not a single kill for the side of Envy. Not really too much damage on either.
I like those sort of eco rounds, though. Nice and quick. Don't burn down the clock. You see a lot of slow rounds in Inferno that ultimately end with nothing, so screw it. Run at them. There's a reason I'm not very good at Counter-Strike. They're actually not going to invest here. Now, this is interesting, because I've never really been a fan of, say, completely ecoing one round and then not buying the next, just because if they had won the last round, it would have had way more of an impact on the economy of New Identity. Whereas if they now force buy this round, which they've done, and win this, it's actually not going to do that much damage to the economy of New Identity because they had a flawless round in the last. So clearly making their decision a little bit late about what they wanted to do. We'll see if they can steal this away. It's something that Envy have been pretty damn good at so far. Remember the early rounds we saw with New Identity winning round 2 and then them coming straight back with pistols once again and winning round 3.
I think if they go B, Nifty, if he gets overrun, I think the rest are just going to save, aren't they? Save the armor to the next round, so you don't have to pay too much to upgrade.
But like maybe just hold for exit kills.
Yeah.
Try and get an AK. That's about it. Yeah, there's no point, especially for someone like Android, like just hold on to the smoke and flashbang. The CZ's not really too valuable, but...
Well, also take 0 damage, so you don't have to rebuy your armor.
That is true, although you're probably not... Well, you might do, actually, if there's there's Mac 10s in play. Buying head armor might be worthwhile. We'll see, though. And for New Identity, they're going to be absolutely fine with this. Because ultimately, all it really means... Okay, sure, Dazzle and Wrath don't really make much money off the back of the Mac 10s, but they are making huge amounts of money just by nobody dying on the side. Although I say that, is anybody going to check this corner? Nice shot onto the first, but can't connect anything more. As said, though, it doesn't really matter if they hold on to any of these weapons over on the CT side. It's a little bit extra, but they'll have plenty of money either way. Does mean we could see a double op setup straight up if they really wanted to, but most teams won't go for that straight away on the CT side of Inferno, at least. Of course, Nifty's going to be the last one.
He's thinking about it. There you go. So double up off the bat. Here for Envy, we got Sonic heading over towards mid to go for the peak. Nifty going to be set up in towards Banana at the same time. Sonic not going to go for the early shot, though. You see the early, very early. Look at the Banana is just burning. 3 Molotovs thrown down. Sorry, 3 Molotovs and 2 nades being thrown in total from these teams. But not a point of damage really done except to Seb, who's at 98. And there it is. There we go. Sam and Nifty both catching a grenade to the face. But they've gotten Nifty set up. Problem is he hasn't been able to go for a shot just yet. And they're still leaving A a little bit weak, so we're seeing the rotates now come in. Nifty's going to be holding by himself. He has a smoke still and a flashbang, so he can buy for time.
Yeah, now they're very well set up on the other side of the map. They have expended a lot of utility early, though.
Oh my god, I thought he was going to get a double. I thought he was going to get a double.
Instead, there will actually be a double in different sense. Sonic and Nifty both picking up on a piece of perfect flashbang to net a kill for Fugly. Is there going to be a trade back? Well, there will be one. But instead, it's left all onto Seb. A round that definitely had some questions called, at least in the early spot. So it was certain that there'd be a kill going the way of the T's early on. A dink hit for some, but not enough. Even still, he leaves just 8 HP. And it will be the round right back. At least, though, we know that New Identity have a hell of a lot of cash going forward because of the rounds they managed in the early positions of this half.
Let's see, though. A relatively clean round, though, for Envy. I wonder if they're going to continue to invest in the 3 players off the bat towards Banana to make sure to get Nifty set up. Looks like this time they will not. So Nifty might go for the early peak, but eventually I'm assuming he's going to be backing away from this one. Molotov comes in and just directly connects onto Jonji's dome. Early man advantage for them. Maybe they might think now about taking the Banana control. The Molotov going in, Seb down to 63 HP. Forced to use his own smoke defensively, which is really impactful considering now only 2 smokes left on the side of New Identity. Making these hits even harder, and if Nifty catches a shot onto Seb, does he sniff it out? Oh my god.
So quick.
Just a machine.
Yeah, it's... The fact that he only really secondary AWP does make me quite sad. Is there a possibility for... I don't think he saw him. Like, Dazzle had the chance, actually, to catch out Sonic peeking the other way. Android jumps up, and there you go! Instead, he gets it through smoke. Why not? But Android's very quick to make sure there's a trade available. Wrath looking to try and make a play forward with the bomb, but he's caught through the edge of the smoke, and it's left onto Relic. So many players looking to surround him.
Are they trying to knife him?
It looked like at least one of them was, yeah. I think some wanted to try and get a knife.
It's nice, Envy and the... Realizing what this week currently is. Do you know what week this is?
No.
It's the week of Summer Games Done Quick. And luckily for us, they're trying to speed run through this match here so we can get home and continue to watch.
I did wonder where
support Doctors Without Borders.
Mm.
So appreciate that, guys. Always love seeing some speed running when it comes to Counter-Strike. Oh my gosh, those nades again coming in.
Yeah, they've already lost so much health.
This is what we wanted to see out of New Identity on the CT side. More control, more just damage done.
Well, that's the thing as well. The thing I've been enjoying with Envy is it's either been mostly just Nifty peaking or no one.
True.
And that's worked for them. Like, notice how in the complexity game they were challenging a lot. It didn't work. Then they fall back to this and it was successful. Nifty, though, actually going to be caught on the smoke. One of the most irritating things in Counter-Strike when a grenade stops you moving. But Som with an important double once again and leaves Jonji all alone. The rotation a little bit slow from the remaining players, but he's got 10 HP. Smoke will go down. Had to re-smoke. Give him a little bit of time, but it's more of a problem based off the AWP. He's actually going to peek him, but Sonic is more than aware of the gap. And although there's a bomb plant, at least some extra money for New Identity. It is a 14th round from MB. Again, another dominant performance coming out from them. I think it was only really their Inferno game versus Complexity that became a little bit close. And even then, towards the end, they started to run away with it with sort of adapting their strategy. And I like that they adapted in that game and then brought those adaptations into this game, even though it's a different opponent.
Doesn't feel like Envy has really been fully challenged today.
No. I would have been interested to see them versus someone like Luminosity, because they got that high firepower roster with Phelps in it as well. Would have made things very interesting. It's unfortunate that, obviously being so late notice, they had to pull out. I think that could have been an interesting battle, but yeah, I do agree with you. I think Complexity were a little bit underwhelming, and
yeah,
I also think that Envy have been very good. I think that obviously you take away from some of the teams they've been against, but I think that just individually they've been so sound. Okay, I thought Nifty was actually gonna just pop one through. Instead, he spots the head of Jonji. Isn't going to be able to find anything just yet. Android looking to try and get aggressive. They need to find something across the map, and instead it's actually the AWP out from Sonic to find a pick. They're actually going to gamble their rotation over on towards B.
Oh, not going to hit that shot. They get the leg onto Jonji this time. And Sonic's able to help capitalize on the push. Comes back in, Fugly. Gets the trade onto one, but it's going to be Wrath and Dazzle up against the 3. Bomb is down towards CT spawn, however, so recovering this is going to be very difficult, especially when they have no smoke to throw down. Not able to win out on the individual fights here when it comes down to the aim battles. Dazzle with 30 seconds. He does have time on his side at the moment, but it's quickly dwindling away, just like control of that bomb. Nade comes through. That's going to be 15-7 now. Envy on match point and tournament point to get through into Chicago.
Yeah. Well, we spoke about the build from Android, 22-8. Som above him with 25-14. It has been different players pretty much every single map. I think that's the thing to note, that today we have had every single member of this team have a 20-plus game.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it's looking good for them. I'm definitely excited to see them over in Chicago. One more round is all they need to get there. It would be a big turnaround from this team after the minor situation. Nifty. Oh, Jonji. Surely there's no way. Oh, he actually figures it out. Maybe hearing a footstep. Even still, though, his teammate has been dropped, and the nades again. Well, it's a shame I don't think we'll get to see the utility damage at the end of this one, because I imagine it'll be much better for that MV side. Fugly, is he going to get caught out? No, he still finds one. Even the trade put them into a better situation. The question is, do the T's now opt to wrap around and challenge onto Som? Or are they going to opt to still stick towards this A site? They've got a man in the apartments. That might change their mind or push their decision towards this side of the map. Android's actually going to go looking for information. He's got to be careful here because they are just waiting in the library for him. Instead, he's still going to win that duel. John G's there to at least trade one back with 40 seconds left to go, but they've got to be careful of Sonic. He's still around this area. It seems like he's waiting a bit more patiently, however, to get a teammate on board.
Oh, 2 versus 2. Bombs going down now. So after plant situation coming through. They still have utility on the side of a new identity. Wrath's got the nade and 2 flashes. Som has incendiary grenades, so he could dislodge John G to give Som a potential shot, or Som will just take it flat out. Wrath now against 2. He doesn't know where the second player is going to be. As he peeks up, he's going to see Sonic now in the 1v1 up against Som, and Som will win the kill, win the round, and qualify Envy into Chicago.
Yeah, and it's been deserved. There's no one here who can say that they went through the easy route as well. They had to beat Sonic's old team, ATK. They had to beat Complexity,